My mom and dad drink that all the time.
Have you seen turmeric is also part of it too?
No, I didn't see that.
Turmeric is also part of it too. Yeah.
Okay.
Lemon ginger tea. Have you heard vitamin C?
I've heard
a lot of vitamin C, vitamin D.
Exactly. Yeah, stuff like that. Stuff like to get rid of colds and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I didn't understand
God
that.
damn it.
Like even when I get a flu or something, I don't really like antibiotics, so I try to fight it myself.
Yep.
Try to sweat it out. Try to get back into my regular routine.
But how many times have you actually, if you think of it, how many times have you actually really had the flu?
Yeah, I know. It's been
it's legitimately like the full flu.
Flu, I haven't had it, but like something like a cold where you get a fever and stuff. I don't know if that's considered a flu.
So I don't think it is, because I think the flu is like, and I'm not a doctor, but I think the flu is obviously the fever, the weakness and the soreness, the muscle soreness, and like just everything coming down. Whereas I think if you have a fever, I think a fever is not quite the flu. I think there's a separation between the two, but they have similar symptoms.
Right? Yeah. So the whole flu kind of everything together. I don't think I've ever had that in a while, actually. But other than that, the last time I've gotten sick was probably last year. But like, and one thing I noticed when I stopped playing soccer, I think it was last year. But the whole time I was playing soccer at such a high level, I would not get sick at all.
Of course.
It was weird. I think it's because of that.
Well, your immune system is going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that was what I noticed when I stopped kind of playing or stopped being competitive.
Yeah. We'll definitely talk about that, man. Because, the immune system definitely has a play in a role of our health.
Yeah.
But the more that you like tap into it and the more that you actually test it, like it's more responsive.
Yeah.
But I too was like in a similar situation with you where like I played competitive ball for a long time.
Yeah.
I took like a year or 2 years off, maybe even 3 years off. And dude, not only did I like my immune health get like significantly worse, but I also gained like 30 pounds.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad.
Oh man, I gained a lot of that. I'm not even joking you, man. I have like, so when I was competing, I think I was like in between 160, 170.
Okay.
Now I'm hitting like 200.
But we can talk about that. Is that kind of what you want? Or is that not what you want?
My ideal is 180, 190.
Okay.
And then that's my kind of healthy kind of weight.
Okay.
So I want to go down a little bit. But yeah, like after like me being so competitive and playing at such a high level, I kind of like, even when I was playing in, I kind of watched what I ate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And to make sure I was eating the right diet and everything like that. And after I stopped playing and I graduated from North and everything, I just like kind of let myself go. And I was like, I'm gonna eat all this junk food. Like one thing I gave up for 3 years when I was playing was chocolate, and I went ham.
Are you just regular chocolate or like dark?
White chocolate, man.
White chocolate? Yeah. Oh man, that's like not even chocolate. That's like sugar.
Yeah, that's
just like pure sugar. Exactly. Sugar with a little bit of cocoa.
No, it's the worst one.
So welcome. I haven't officially welcomed you to the podcast, but welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
I'm gonna super butcher your name. I've worked with you for 2.5. Almost 3 years. Yeah. I obviously know the spelling of your last name, but I don't think I've ever pronounced your name. So welcome to the podcast, Andrew D'Souza.
Yep.
Is that okay?
Yeah, you got it.
Is there an E or is it? It's literally just D apostrophe.
Yeah, so you got it. A lot of people put the E for some reason.
I didn't put the E. I know we've had other staff before that had the E. So I know you're D apostrophe. I just didn't know if I'm supposed to say D, like D'Souza, or...
It's the same thing.
Okay.
Souza. Exactly.
Okay, cool.
A lot of my teammates when I was playing called me Souza or Suze.
Souza or Suze, okay.
That's my nickname.
So, I don't know if... We kind of had time at the store, but we haven't had like a lot of time at the store because we're just on separate days.
Yeah.
But I think as you kind of get... And you probably kind of noticed this a bit, but as I get comfortable with some of the staff, I end up giving you guys just like a weird nickname after all.
Yeah, you do.
So at some point, I'm going to have to come up with one for you, but I think it's going to be like Susan or something like that.
Yeah, no, but you call me Drew. You always call me Drew.
D-R-E-U.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I wouldn't call you the other word.
Okay.
I thought you said Jew for a second.
No, Drew. You call me Drew. Even when you're texting me, you call me Drew.
Yeah, I call you Drew. Yeah. That's a simple thing for Andrew.
Yeah. Some people also call me Drew as well, so I'm okay with that.
D-R.
Yeah,
Drew.
Okay, D-R-E. Yeah. Andy is, I don't like Andy.
Andy?
Yeah, I don't like that nickname.
And whenever I hear Andy, I think of Toy Story.
Oh, okay.
That's all I think of.
I think of Toy Story. Office, so that's why.
Which one's Andy? I don't know. Actually, I don't want to watch The Office.
It's Ed Helms.
Okay. Is that the guy with the glasses?
No, he doesn't have glasses. He's
or is he the guy that's always smiling?
you know, have you watched The Hangover?
Yeah.
It's one of those guys. Well, he wears glasses in that movie. He's a doctor, dentist. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That guy's in the office.
Yeah, exactly. That's where he started his whole acting career.
You know what? So I haven't watched an episode of The Office.
Yeah.
I think I would love the series, but it's too slow for me to get into.
So I tell a lot of people, and I'm a big The Office fanatic. Like I go to when pre-COVID, I used to go like downtown with my cousin to these trivia nights for The Office, basically.
Trivia nights for The Office.
Yeah. So
wow.
I used to like go there. But anyways, I used to tell people like the first couple of seasons, or even the first season, is very dry.
Okay.
You have to get into the second or third season. That is when it's like.
Isn't there like 22 seasons or something?
No. There's 9 seasons.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I think they went on Netflix, and I looked into like the episode list.
Yeah.
And I was pretty sure I saw like north of 14 seasons.
Really?
I thought. I could be wrong.
It might have been the. So they have 2 different offices. They have the American one, and then they have the British one.
But is the British one with Steve Carell?
No.
Okay.
No.
So the legit one.
Yeah. The US one is with Steve Carell.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I would totally love it. My only issue is, like, personally, I just can't get into series when they're slow.
Yeah.
Like, my girlfriend hates me, but I cannot watch Seinfeld.
Oh, yeah, that's slow. I can't get into that.
I can't get into it. It's too slow to start. Yeah. But there are some episodes that are, like, really good. I can't get into it.
It's hard, yeah. Those ones are, like, where you, like, have it in the background and you kind of listen to it.
Yeah, like in the kitchen, cooking a little bit, and you got it in the background.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I've obviously got you on a podcast, not necessarily for The Office, but for other things. On the podcast, obviously we talk about like health, fitness, recovery, exercise, nutrition, like all of those things encompassed. Mm-hmm. I've known you only for like less than 3 years, and I think you embody a lot of those things, and obviously in your own very specific way. Mm-hmm. So just to kick it off, give the listeners like some of the things that people wouldn't know about you, who you are, what you are, like things that you like, things you don't like. If you like walks on a sunset, like anything that you like, man.
All right. Well, I play soccer. Well, I don't play as much, but
just mostly coach, I think.
Yeah,
right?
Mostly coaching right now. I play for fun here and there, but now I coach. I have a U8 and U9 boys team.
Nice.
But
both in Mississauga?
It's Dixie Soccer Club.
So Dixie, okay, cool.
So that's soccer club. Before that, I played for Vaughan Soccer Club, and also York University. Before that, I played for before I came into York, I played for Team Ontario for a couple of years, and I also was part of the Toronto FC Academy.
Nice. When
I was 16. So yeah, like I don't know if you know what position I play.
Of course.
A goalkeeper. But I started off as a center defender, actually.
Okay.
And then when I went into rep, I was the tallest player on my team. So I just got
At what age?
U10.
Okay.
And I just got thrown into net.
Of course.
I did well my first game, and then the guy who was the head coach, he was a goalkeeper coach as well, so he's like, I'm going to make you a goalkeeper. And then I'm like, I'm not going to argue. I have a chance to make a rep team. Might as well go with it. So that's where I started. My first club was Mississauga Soccer Club. Moved on to Erin Mills, North Mississauga Soccer Club, and then ended up on Team Ontario, Toronto, as I said.
Nice.
So I've been playing pretty at a high level. I think the highest level would be either at York or even League One, Ontario.
Yep.
It's a semi-professional league. It's not professional. It's just under.
Yep.
I've seen
Colleen's, yeah.
So she probably told you the same thing.
So she told me the female version to it. I don't know if it's exactly the same way as a male version, but like once you reach that highest level of competition, there's basically a larger pool of players that need play. Yeah. Basically.
Yeah. So basically, before this was League One Ontario. So we have this Canadian Premier League. Before the Canadian Premier League, that's a professional league.
Yeah.
A lot of the players played in League One. A lot of the players that you see in the Canadian Premier League, I used to play with alongside and stuff like that. But yeah, that's basically the highest level I've played at. I think the highest level I've ever played at personally was with Team Ontario. When I was 18 years old, I represented Ontario, which was called the Canada Games.
Nice.
I don't know if you ever heard of it.
I've heard of it.
It's like a mini Olympics basically for different provinces. So each province brings their team, whatever, or like individual sports and anything like that.
Was it hosted in Ontario, or where was it hosted?
It was hosted actually in Sherbrooke, Quebec. So that was when I was 18. That was a pretty cool. That's probably my best experience out of all soccer experiences. You meet different athletes, you see different sports, you cheer on Team Ontario basically.
It's like a mini Olympics basically. Exactly. It's a Canada mini Olympics.
Exactly.
Nice.
Unfortunately, like soccer, we finished third, so we got bronze medal in that.
Nice. That's still good, man.
Yeah,
that's still good considering there's did all 13 show or all 12 show?
So all 10 provinces.
All 10 provinces. Okay.
I think some of the territories, like they had people, like it was just individual sports. Like it was hard to like.
Yeah, to put a full soccer team together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, we ended up like Ontario in general won like basically the Canada
games.
Yeah, exactly. So that was pretty cool. There's like there's opening ceremonies and closing ceremonies, and it felt like a mini Olympics basically.
Nice.
So that was probably the highlight of my whole soccer.
Did you travel with like all the athletes, or did you guys as a soccer team more or less take care of each other?
So they had, we all had a meeting point. I forgot where exactly. Somewhere in Toronto.
But in Toronto, okay.
Yeah. So before we actually had to go to Sherbrooke, 3 months before we had kind of like our own kind of mini camp. So it was hosted in UFT downtown.
Cool.
So we stayed in the residence, they went through the paces of what the Canada Games is, what you're going to do, where
you're going to stay, how you're going to eat.
Exactly, all that stuff. So that was pretty cool. We got to meet with other athletes and stuff like that. We got to train, everything like that.
Nice.
And then when we were leaving, I believe my team was on one bus, but there was like different athletes from different sports that were also on that same bus.
Yeah.
We went there, traveled by bus. And then so it was a whole week event.
Did they do that every year, or is that like every 3-4 years?
4 years actually.
Every 4 years.
So I went in 2013.
Dude, that must have been an experience.
Yeah, it was insane. There was a lot of athletes. There was a lot of people you kind of met with. One thing that I have that's a souvenir to it, in addition to my medal, was with the Team Ontario, they would give like these little like pendants, like kind of like to stick onto your thing.
Okay.
So we got like a bunch, like we got 20 or 40 of them, and then we'd have to trade with the other provinces, so we'd have like their pen, like kind of.
Okay.
So it says like Team Ontario 2013 Sherbrooke Canada Games, basically.
Okay.
So that was a pretty cool experience as well. But it was just pretty cool to see like different people and different athletes, and just seeing how they play and stuff. Because like we watched women's volleyball,